Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the super awesome stream. Totally no bullcrap here. Um, Welcome. So this is my creative Minecraft world that I've been working on for like the past year or two now. Um, yeah. Uh, I'll show you a tour on the place. So this is my house, or was my house. I mean, I still sleep here, so I guess it is, but it's very basic. It's very small. It's nothing really big. The newest addition is the furnace. Um, this is a blast furnace. It just smelts ores faster. This is a smoker, which is a variation of the furnace. It just cooks meat and food a lot faster than the normal furnace. But the normal furnace is still essential because it can do a lot of things. And yeah, come out here. You have the melons. You have the wheat. You have potatoes, the carrots. You got the lovely sugar cane, and you get the nether warts. You got basically everything that you would need for the most part. And the beautiful, beautiful road that I spent like 30 minutes working on. We have bubble elevators. We have a lab. We have Dr. Trayaurus, or his home at least. In the lab, it's a very small room when you enter, and it's a very small room overall. In the chest, you just have a bunch of ingredients to make potions. I had to Google it because I'm a stupid idiot. Here you have Hulk Squidward. He's very friendly for the most part. And if you come over here to this corner, you have the Wither Wannabe. There's a boss called the Wither. You get you have to use skulls, wither skulls, and how you get wither skulls by killing wither skeletons, which is that tall thing. Come down this corridor, you have stuff from the nether, just a bunch of blocks from the nether, it's nothing special. You have another portal in here. The nether portal itself is a very special thing. It has a bit of story. Dr. Trayaurus was the first ever zombie villager that I cured on this world. He was the first ever zombie villager I cured. I built a little house for him. He escaped or died or something. I have no clue. So it's just empty now. And then you just have the villagers. They're not forced here against their will. They love being here. I promise. Hello, welcome to the stream. Here you just have a parkour set. It's basic parkour. Here you have archery. The green line represents that you are a good distance to hit said target. The red line way over there means that that is pretty close and you should at least hit the block itself. At least. Unless you're aiming at like the wall. Here you have an aquarium. One of the best pieces of work I have. In the aquarium you have a turtle named Joe. Over here, just ignore the background, please. Background noise, please. I have a memorial to a very old friend of mine. I don't know why they're hard to hear, but they're here. Over here, I have what I call the torture method. All of these dispensers are hooked up to one single repeater system. And there's lava here, so obviously if people don't like dogs dying, or let's say they don't like cows dying, right? If I want to extract the information, I can use this. I never use it though, because that's just a cruel thing. I only use it on mobs that I hate, like skeletons and other such things. You know, normal stuff. Here you have redstone. That's as basic as I can say, because that's all it is. And you have beehives back here. Now let's go to this side of the world. Come down this long road, you come to a abandoned, kind of broken down library shack thingy. You have an enchanting table, you have lapis. Ignore the sign. And yeah, it's very basic, it's very simple. It's nothing really too big. It was probably like my third build on this world, so yeah, it kind of shows. Take you right down this lovely corridor path thing. You have the library itself. It's a very small library considering how many books it has, but it's a library nonetheless. You have the bathrooms, of course. You can't forget the bathrooms. But the most special part that sets it off from any other library is the roof. Here you have sleeping bags, or what should be sleeping bags, that basically you can come stargaze at night. You can lie under the stars and read your favorite book. You have cherry blossom trees, or my attempt at one. And then you have Circus Baby from the FNAF sister location. It's an okay game. It's not the worst, but it's probably not like a strong one in the FNAF series. It's a great series. It's just a statue. I'm planning to build more statues. Come over here. You just have a destroyed lab. That's all this really is. That's it. Here you have a treehouse, or trees house. You just have parrots. You have Teeny, you have Scary, and you have Terry. It's a very simple thing. It's nothing really special, but it's nothing too extravagant, you know, versus like the road. And you come down here, you see this beautiful, elegant road as well. I'm very proud of these roads because these took me forever to make. Come down this road and you just come to the cemetery. Full of every single tombstone has a name that I thought off the top of my head, or has the name of one of my dead pets. In the aquarium there should have been more pets, or a lot more fish, especially like there's a puffer fish named Bob and he would constantly spin in a circle. Yeah, but I don't know where they're going. Here you have the Christmas tree for my first ever Christmas with streaming. That stream turned out horrible, but I still enjoyed making this and talking. And then here you have probably my favorite build of all out of everything. It's a very interesting house. It's kind of like an ice cream sandwich. You have one side, which is a female, and then the male side. Obviously the male side is more clustered versus the female, where it feels open, it feels like you can breathe. Why do they seem so different? It's so weird. I think it's because these blocks are like up against the wall, and then this one's kind of like cluttering the side, making it feel cramped and small. Come up here, you can have access to a balcony, you have access to the roof. This was a present for a friend of mine. She wanted to go to the Field of Lights. Obviously with COVID, we can't do that, so I tried to recreate it in Minecraft. And this lovely, ginormous house is another good friend of mine's. She had asked me to make it specifics. I I'm not a builder, but I tried my best. It's actually really empty. I might actually fix this someday. Here you have another friend of mine. She wanted an underground bunker. I obviously can't build an underground bunker because I can only go down 4 blocks before I reach bedrock and just fall out. So I just made it on top. It's very basic, it's very simple, but I like it. The sign is there to remind me that there's a name there. These are just hearts that I made for another friend. I have a few friends who was sad, and he had asked me to, I just made him some like creations Minecraft to try and turn him up. It worked, so this is the second news edition. It's basically a haul of followers on my Twitch. Basically anyone out who follows me on Twitch, right? I would put their name down in the sign, hopefully filling this entire room. Hopefully, even the. Okay, never mind. Yep, it's a very pretty build, and I really like this one. Come down this road, you see this ginormous house. This was supposed to be the world, or it was going to be the house that me and my paintings, my precious paintings, I was. Why? Why? Oh wait, don't. Oh, it's glitched. It's glitched. It is glitched. That's why. So this is glitched for some odd and apparent reason. But there's a painting there. You could walk right through paintings if you have signs. Let's just continue. You have more redstone. It's just an auto smelter kind of thing. Here you have a water fountain and a bench. It's very simple. It's very pretty though. And you have another portal design. And then you have more ear rape, as we call it. Especially this one. This one is probably one of the worst. This is what the sound. No. Imagine hearing about that sound about 100 or so times every second. That you just listen to that for about like few minutes, and yeah. Here you have one of my newest experiments, a beehive or a greenhouse. Each bee in there has been named specifically. And yeah, I'm just trying to see how long bees can survive. Totally not anything else. Here you have the panda, Nathan. It's just a panda. He's been here since the beginning. It's just Nathan. And here you have the armor hall. You have leather, gold, iron, diamond, and then netherite. This house is a very normal house. Very basic, very simple. You got a trash can right here. You know, you have a fridge full of food. You come up here and you have... This is what the old map used to look like. Look at the road specifically. How they're kind of gray and brown. And then look at the new one. This is beautiful. It's gonna make me cry. No. Yeah, that's about it. And then here you have the bedroom. You have the potato up there. You have armor. And then you have this. come down here. It's just an enchanting table, I promise. It it's literally just an enchanting table. That's it. Like there's nothing that that could like hint at something worse. You know, there's nothing. Over here is it's a weird setup for me. I'm not used to having like 3 different builds so close, but I had to be stupid. So here you have a hut. It's very simple. You wouldn't have lanterns. You you actually wouldn't have lanterns if you were living in a hut. If anything, if anything, you would have logs and then leaves on top. Wait, but the logs would just no physics. That's why physics. It works because of physics. Was and then here you just have a smaller version of a treehouse. Yeah, that's about it. It's a smaller, very smaller version of the original treehouse, but I wanted to incorporate it. I wanted to make a smaller version because I feel like having the big version is like that kind of ruins the point of a treehouse. You don't have a treehouse with 2 trees. Well, sometimes you do, but most times you don't. It's usually just 1 tree. So yeah. Then here you have a small house. You have a small house. Ignore what the armor said. And here's storage up here. It's very simple. It's very small. There's no extra hidden secrets. That is basically my entire base. Essentially. I've actually ran through this really a lot quicker than I thought I would. Wow, that is... Oh, of course, we can't forget the Nether, as I introduced in the beginning. This world has a bit of story to it. And I will explain that in further detail. So this is just this is a destroyed lab that caused a lot more damage than it should have. Just let's take an extent of how large the damage is. This is the lab. This is the explosion radius. Now this is pretty normal until you get to this, and then you kind of start to question why it's so large. You come over here. Wouldn't it make more sense for like this to be here? Yeah. And you have a strider named Sora. There's lava there because Sora is very cold right now. But if we bring Sora, see now they're red. And now they're sad. But they're just cold. That's why they walk on lava. And it's very basic. It's kind of like a survivor of the whole lab explosion. It lives here now. And another trying to find their way back. And that wouldn't really explain the Nether portal because they could just leave right then and there. But they don't know that. They think that, or maybe just maybe that person died. We don't know. So, as I said, there's some story here. Story is a group of scientists built a lab, hence this lab, and they captured a zombie villager and a wither skeleton from the nether, which they got from the portal. They also got the blocks from the nether, and they were trying to experiment. In the nether, they were trying to experiment with different things from this world, beds, for example, which resulted in the lab exploding, killing just about everyone except that one survivor, but we don't know where they are right now. Then the scientists decided to mess with another dimension, the end. And this is the result. Now, this is a bit too perfect. Land is just a bit too perfect. If this was a destroyed lab, shouldn't the land be more like destroyed? Oh, we can't show that. Boop. They managed to successfully capture a dragon egg in there. So at least it wasn't all a waste of time, right? And that's about it, actually. That's like the whole entire story of this whole world. Can you believe some? Okay, so let me show you what the old road looked like and why I changed it. If I can find the blocks, if I can find the blocks, I will gladly show it to you. So the first, I mean first ever road on this world was actually grass. No, I'm kidding. It was actually this. It just looked like this. You would just come like, you would just walk like that. And honestly, you know, it's nice and all, but it's not really that pretty or industrial looking. So I went with this design instead. And I had this design for a long while. It was just this design. You would come walking on like this. And obviously, I wanted to change it. Because after a while, you kind of get bored of seeing the same old blocks. There's really no pizzazz to it. There's no... It gets really bland eventually. So, what did I do? I wasted 30 minutes of my life doing this. Why I wasted 30 minutes and why it was so difficult, let me show you. So we obviously have sea lanterns, but the hard... The difficult part was this. See, on the grass, you can go down 3 blocks before you hit bedrock. On a flat world. I went down, I had to dig down 3 blocks. So 1, 2, and then of course 3. And I had to do this for the entirety of all these roads. And then I had to go back and fill it all up with these lovely pretty blocks. That's what I did. And this is the result. There used to be fish in here. There used to be fish. But we had technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Yeah, they just all despawn, basically. No other reason. And so, and as you can tell already, that there's a wall kind of encasing this whole base. And you may question why the roads are different here and here. Why aren't they the same angelic blue? That is because, one, I don't want to waste about like maybe like another hour making the same thing as this for this, because this road is a lot bigger than this one, and I didn't want to spend about like an hour just making this. So, and plus, it would make it look, it would stand out because these buildings are outside of the walled enclosure. And I think I'm gonna keep it that way. This is like a kind of like a little inner base, and then here is just like a bunch of other creations that I never really added to my essential base, and hence why the whole different theme of the Nether with the lava and stuff and glowstone. This one's a lot easier actually, because basically I only had to done 2 blocks because you can't see the lava, so they don't know that dirt's actually under here, which makes it a heck of a lot easier to make. My only problem or contemplate thing is the post, the lantern post. The lantern posts were here from the very beginning, and I didn't really have any light source like sea lanterns, you know, because these generate lights. These are a light source, and so obviously I didn't have any light sources, so I added these. My thing is, do I take these down? Because they're kind of useless now. They're kind of useless to me. And it would kind of clear it up, the walkway. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. I just need to check something.
What?
Nothing. Daddy, how? Daddy, I want my birthday to
Okay, so that's right. That's right there. You can see that brown. Oh, so the lanterns are in here. Okay, then that's fine. I will probably take these out. Oh. Oh. I will probably remove these later from down the line. And yeah. This is why, this is a, I really basically only come to this world because I'm bored or I feel creative and I feel inspired to make this beautiful creations of my imagination. And then you have the infamous, world famous campfire. See, we would call this story time, where I would sit down, you would have night forever, and we'd just tell stories. Or you would sit here in silence while listening to the campfire sounds. And we would sit here, and we would talk and tell stories, whether it would be me or the viewers, and they would ask questions, and we would just have a good old time. A break, I'd call it. And then we have the tent. The tent isn't really anything special, it's just kind of there because, yeah. I don't know why or when I created story time, but I kind of I just added it, and then it just kind of became a thing. I don't know why or how, but I do not regret one bit. And personally, I feel as though I will never change these roads. That these might be my permanent roads. At least until if we get better blocks, like really a lot of better blocks, then look way better than this. I'm going through the agonizing process of removing all of this glass and blocks. But until then, it will remain the same. Wait. No, this is stupid. That's a horrible idea. It adds color variation, you bumblehead, Ben. It adds color variation. It makes it look different. It makes it stand out. Um, yeah, that's basically my entire world and what I really wanted to show you. I hope this is actually. I'm gonna end the stream right here, and we can continue chatting on Instagram or whatnot. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and you can see how much I actually talk when I'm, you know, allowed to talk. In fact, I've been talking this whole entire time, and I can still talk. I still have so much to talk about. But that's for another day. I hope all of you amazing people have a great day. And I wish you a farewell.